Oh, man. I don't even... How can I possibly... You know, you guys see the thumbnail, and we all get a good laugh, right? But then reality sets in, and you take another look at that thumbnail, and it dawns on you. That is something the old man in Stamford, Connecticut would actually do. Forget Becky 2 belts. We could be dealing with Charlotte all belts. Because it is obvious, it is clear as day, that Vincent Kennedy McMahon is willing to invest anything and everything into Charlotte Flair to push her to the moon by any means necessary. No matter who it destroys talent-wise in the process. Right, she's on all three brands, guys. Monday night, she's beating Ruby Riott. This is coming off the heels of 2 straight victories over Liv Morgan. And if you're thinking, well, didn't Liv just come back not too long ago? You'd be correct. Didn't Ruby Riott literally just come back? You'd be even more correct. And Charlotte is just beating them like nothing. Monday night, in just a few minutes, Ruby's tapping out. 2 nights later on Wednesday night, for NXT, Charlotte Flair is dropping and destroying Rhea Ripley. Charlotte's music is playing, her hand is raised, and we go off the air. I don't know if Triple H is running NXT full throttle anymore, or does Vince McMahon fully have his thumbs on it. But that's Vince McMahon and his booking all over that shit. How do you ruin a good thing like NXT? You inject it with a lethal dose of poison. Something Vince McMahon said he was always going to do to his promotion before he left this earth. So Monday, she's running through motherfuckers. Wednesday, we see her ending the show. Hand held high, music blasting. She's the last visual. And then Friday, she's in a big marquee matchup with the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. In fact, I would not be shocked if Vince McMahon finds a way to put Charlotte in a SummerSlam match between Sasha and Bayley. Right? We know that Sasha and Bayley, every week, little seeds are being planted to a possible SummerSlam match. I know it's taking forever. This happened once before between Sasha and Bayley, too. It took forever, and then went right when we thought it was going to culminate, the old man in Stamford X-nayed it, and we never got the culmination. So here we go again with Sasha and Bayley, and this is being long drawn out. At this point, it could be the year 2037 before we see Sasha and Bayley. But my point is, it doesn't need Charlotte Flair. But the last couple of weeks, there's Charlotte on SmackDown, making sure that even the Blue Brand audience knows Charlotte Flair is the gold. And you would have never known, right? They gave Bayley the victory last night over Charlotte in heel fashion. It couldn't be clean, obviously, but I'm okay with that. But you would have never known Bayley defeated Charlotte because Charlotte didn't sell one fucking move during the whole final sequence. Bayley's chopping the shit out of her, and all of a sudden Flair has superpowers. Charlotte is laughing and hulking up. Charlotte hulks up now? Come on, bro. This is getting ridiculous. Charlotte Flair is the next one now that has the superpowers. It's bad enough Charlotte barely sold anyway back in her fucking initial run. Now that she knows she's the golden child, now that she knows she can do no wrong in that promotion, now she's hulking up and not selling even more. To the point where when she was defeated last night, she was laughing the entire time. I shit you not. Go back and check it out, guys. As she's being pinned, she's basically already in mid-laughter. And I love the "you got me" grin. After a dastardly heel pulls out an evil, heelish victory, right? They hold the ropes, or they got a low blow, or they held the tights. And the face afterwards realizes what happened, and then they're like, oh, you got me. You pulled one over. You fucking cheated, And that's the only way you could have got me, you know? And they're like grinning. I love that. That's the you got me grin. But Charlotte didn't do that. She was in laughter basically from the moment she was getting pinned to the time she stood up. And that's what I mean about knowing how to sell. First, before you have the you got me grin, you have to show anger. You just lost. And you know, or at least you believe she cheated to do such. You think she was holding the ropes, or maybe you even know she was. You show anger first. The second Charlotte gets pinned, she's on her ass. She looks at Bayley. She looks at the ropes. She looks at the ref. She looks back at Bayley, disgusted, pissed, angered, frustrated. Puts her head down, maybe even her hand over her head. Realizes what happened, right? She has the epiphany, the moment of clarity. And then she looks back up at Bayley with the grin. Like, all right, you got me, you motherfucker. That's called selling. BC Amplified should not be the one to have to teach WWE talent, especially ones that are the chosen ones, the golden childs. I shouldn't be the one to have to tell people how to sell. But that's how you sell. I don't just say I'm a creative mastermind in pro wrestling just because I have a YouTube channel and I'm really smart when it comes to pro wrestling, or I can book really good. And I appreciate when you guys tell me that. I really do. Much love. But I know it, trust me. But it goes beyond that, man. I consider myself a creative mastermind in pro wrestling for reasons that are far unknown to the common eye. My superpowers. Every single bit of ring psychology has to be attributed to selling. And selling isn't just in defense. Selling is in offense. Selling is in your defeat or your victory. Selling is from the time the bell rings to start that match to the time that match is over and the bell rings. You are constantly selling. To be laughing the entire finish. Unacceptable. But that's what she does. She's always been one of the worst sellers. Now she's not even trying. Now she's literally, every time she's going out there, this is true, guys, and you may not want to fucking accept this information, but I'm telling you, I don't even have an issue with Flair. I'm one of the only ones that comes out onto a platform and a channel like this, and I say words that a lot of people don't like, and that is that Charlotte Flair is a good wrestler. Charlotte Flair is very athletic. Charlotte Flair can cut good promos. But when you have Charlotte Flair literally going out there and belittling all the other superstars, you see her last Friday when she was doing the promo with Sasha and Bayley. Sasha and Bayley are your main heel female talent for SmackDown. You would have never known it. They look like little leaguers compared to Charlotte Flair, and it's not because Charlotte was so much better on the mic and in that ring, but that's the position that Vince has put her in. And Charlotte believes it so much that when she goes out there, she thinks it's okay not to sell a promo, because you have to sell promos too. When somebody is cutting a promo on you, you gotta sell that shit. She doesn't even try. She laughs everything. You look at a Charlotte Flair promo with anyone else, no matter what they say to her, she laughs it off. Half the time won't even look at him, and you say, BC, that's her character. Guys, that's belittling all of the other talent. It is literally not taking them serious ever. So you can have that as part of your character. It cannot be the whole fucking thing. Because then we're all looking at Sasha and Bayley and going, okay, if she's not going to take you serious at one point during this promo, the casual fan certainly isn't. And the diehard fan is going to lose that seriousness for you. You're going to look like a joke. How do I know? Because we've been living through it the past several years. That's how I know. Conduct your own research. It's just the definition of insanity, right? which is just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's like when Roman Reigns would win the fucking championship at WrestleMania or constantly be in the WrestleMania main event, and Vince every year was like, this is the year we're gonna get Roman over with everyone. And it never happened. The fan reaction never swayed one way further than the other. It was always 50-50 at best. If you came to New York City or Philly, oh, forget about it. That was 80-20. People were booing Roman out of the fucking building, but Vince did not quit with this motherfucker, and nothing ever changed. In fact, Roman has been on the shelf for weeks now, and probably many more months to come, and nobody batted an eyelash. Nobody really fucking cared. People probably don't even realize Roman Reigns isn't even on the show, and that's after years of pushing this guy like he's the top motherfucker. When we knew, in reality, it was dudes like Drew McIntyre. That's the real motherfucker. Now, finally, with Roman on the shelf, Drew McIntyre can reign supreme. And then you see it with Charlotte Flair. Week after week, month after month, year after year at this point. And what is it doing? I don't see the merchandise for Charlotte Flair pumping out. When they did surveys for who fans were most excited to see when they showed up to an arena, Charlotte Flair was never even cracking top 5. Charlotte brags about being a ratings grabber. Well, if you do your research, she's not bringing in that many fucking eyeballs. She's not bringing in the ratings that she's claiming. So, anybody in their dome piece who doesn't just accept bullshit would be, why? Why is he obsessed? The old man is obsessed with anointing Charlotte Flair as the golden child, when it's clearly not doing anything for anyone. In fact, it's destroying all of the talent in the female locker rooms. All of it. Raw, NXT, SmackDown. Even with Bayley winning, Charlotte Flair, the camera is fixated on Charlotte Flair, laughing her ass off. Little bit of anger first, and then show a little bit of a grin. But, hey, that's just called selling. Charlotte doesn't have to do that. She's a queen! She's the golden child! You know, and for anybody that thinks I'm just fucking, this is unjust, you know, BC, relax. It's not that bad. I want you guys to do your research on what Charlotte Flair's match is this Monday night. Can you do me that favor? Because I know what it is. Charlotte Flair, I'm going to tell you, you don't even got to research. What the fuck am I talking about? Right, because we need to discuss this. Charlotte Flair is currently advertised for a number 1 contenders match for the Raw Women's Championship as well, with Natty and Nia Jax. It's a triple threat. Now, we already heard, as I aforementioned already in this opening monologue, which is going to be 20 minutes long by the time I'm fucking done, but we already mentioned that Charlotte Flair, we're hearing, is going to be going for the Raw Championships at some point this summer. She's already in a number 1 contenders match this fucking Monday night. Now, I know she's a Raw superstar, supposedly, but shouldn't the NXT champion not be eligible? Right? I mean, shouldn't that be the concern for the company? You would think that storyline-wise, anyway. But she's already involved in this. Now, I fully expect this to be Nia Jax's, because Vince is going to now put Nia in there, because Asuka's kind of working as a face now. Nia is the only real heel that you could have. Other than, does he have Charlotte win this thing Monday? But I don't see Natty getting this. And by the way, there's your beautiful WWE logic, right? For anybody that says, BC, you're being too mean, you're too negative, you criticize too much, you overanalyze, you just don't sit back and relax and enjoy it. It's because I want common sense and logic. You're telling me that Natty just lost 2 weeks in a row to Shayna Baszler. Am I right? I'm not making this up, guys. You tell me if I'm right, because I know the answer. Natty Neidhart just lost 2 weeks in a row to Shayna Baszler. Check out her booking in her win-loss beforehand, and it wouldn't even matter the last 2 weeks. losing to Shayna Baszler. It's clear that Natty does not belong in a number one contenders match, even before she lost to Shayna twice in a row. But then you add on 2 straight losses to Shayna, and what is her prize? You get to go for the Raw Women's Championship. If that doesn't tell you all you need to know about the female rosters, about that company, and about how they go about their business, not giving a shit, not caring at all, not just about their superstars, but that company doesn't care about you. They laugh at you. That company is laughing at your ignorance because a lot of fans out there are willing to accept that bullshit. They don't even want to question it. Those are the people that go on social media and they say, wow, you're complaining. You complain, right? Another reason why, for the most part, I don't fucking go anywhere near social media because I know it's 90+% of fucking clowns. Nearly 10% of great motherfuckers, 90% of absolute fucking jokes, just like WWE's booking. People don't like it, don't watch. This is entertaining. Is it really? Because if you put some thought into it, you don't care about something making sense. You don't care about actual logic being put into it. You know, Natty is losing all these weeks in a row, and then all of a sudden she gets rewarded a chance at a championship. Then what does it matter if you win then? Right? I mean, if that's the case, guys, wouldn't you just go in there and lay on your fucking back, get pinned real quick, collect your money, and you're still going to get a championship opportunity? Right? The Iconics, they just came back a couple weeks ago. The very next week, they had a tag title match. They don't even... And then there's BC Amplified, and I call all this shit out, and there's people that cry about it. I'm mean because I just want some common sense put in it, some logic, some fucking care. Treat your fan base like they actually do have a fucking brain in their dome piece. But they can get away with it, I guess. The ratings are dwindling every fucking week. They just hit a 1.7. That's a 0.1% away from their lowest rating ever. So fans are leaving in droves. So my advice to WWE and Vincent Kennedy McMahon is to start caring soon. Start thinking about what you're doing in advance. Start pre-planning. Start giving a shit. Start putting logic and common sense into your product, your storylines, your booking. Because I assure you, a lot of fans are starting to realize, right? Those kids that you had on a string, they're growing older and they're starting to see the fucking bullshit much more clearer now than ever before. So anyway, that's the opening monologue. Charlotte's fucking another centerpiece last night, and then she's going to be a centerpiece yet again on Raw. She's obviously the NXT Women's Champion, so she'll be a centerpiece next Wednesday night. And this circle, this vicious fucking circle and cycle, it keeps spinning around and around, my friends. As if what's going on in the world today is not bad enough. We want to turn on our TVs. We want to turn on pro wrestling, more specifically WWE, and we want to be entertained. So what do we get? Non-stop, what seems to be 24/7, Charlotte TV. Charlotte all belts. This is Monday Night Raw for May 22nd, 2020. Let me get a sip of coffee, and we'll get into this review, amplified style. We kick off with the dirt sheet. Miz and Morrison are throwing jabs at Otis, Bray Wyatt. They even had their own dirt sheet funhouse characters really taking jabs at Wyatt. And shade was also thrown at Braun Strowman. Strowman was having none of it. He makes his way to the ring, and he doesn't challenge Miz to a match. He tells Miz they're going to have a match up next. And following a commercial, Miz is defeated within about 3 minutes via the power slam. Post-match, Morrison challenges Braun to a handicap match at Backlash. Braun versus Miz and Morrison. Universal Championship is on the line. What the fuck? Man, That tells you all you need to know about the title picture in WWE. It tells you all you need to know about the roster in WWE. And it tells you all you need to know about main eventers in WWE. Braun just got the championship at Mania. And, oh man. They're already out of number one contenders. They're out of main eventers. They took a tag team. They took Miz and Morrison. And I like Miz. And I don't mind Morrison. Together, I like them even better. I like the dirt sheet. I do. I think they're funny. But that's your number one contenders. You know? That tells you everything you need to know. I don't even have to be the negative guy on YouTube, right? I don't gotta be the mean guy, that BC meanie, no, the boogeyman, the bad guy, the evil man on YouTube. I don't gotta be that guy. This speaks for itself. Everything I tell you, it's coming true tenfold, you know? Most of what I tell you happens immediately, and the other half, give it time, it eventually happened. I told you, if you don't make superstars, if years go by and you are not investing into new superstars, but instead you're investing in just your chosen ones, Roman or Charlotte, and that's all you care about for years. And then one morning you wake up and you go, oh shit, that wasn't working. Yeah, now look at where you are. Roman's on the shelf, Charlotte still is getting no fucking reaction, and you have nobody to go for your Universal Championship. Now I know they're waiting for Bray to come back. Obviously he just had a child with JoJo, so he doesn't want to be around this either. He wants to spend some time at home and stay safe is what they're telling everybody. So this is going to obviously hold off until The Fiend can get over to take out Strowman. Same deal with Nia most likely winning the triple threat match this Monday to go for Asuka's championship. They're just holding off Shayna Baszler, obviously. They don't want to put Shayna Baszler right in there. But again, if Baszler just beat Natty twice in a row, but Natty gets the number one contenders match, it doesn't make sense. So we understand they want to protect Shayna Baszler right now and leave her out. They want her to win closer to SummerSlam. Or knowing Vince, Survivor Series, WrestleMania next year. Who knows? He's been prolonging Shayna Baszler's fucking push for the longest time. But that's what I mean. It doesn't make sense. So he beats Bray Wyatt, Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Now his next big contenders are Miz and Morrison. I could speak an hour about how weird and nonsensical and just fucking awkward that is. But it speaks for itself. I don't have to spend another moment of breath on this. Miz and Morrison going for your top prize, supposedly. Oh, that's great, man. Even Mother Nature gets upset when we talk about Charlotte Flair. Because it is pouring right now. She couldn't take it anymore. Intercontinental title tourney match is next. AJ Styles versus Nakamura. This was a good match, obviously. I mean, it's Shinsuke and it's Styles. But man, without a crowd, I gotta be honest and I gotta tell you guys, I was bored. I just was, I know. I never thought I'd utter those words with these two in the middle of the ring, but I was, in all honesty, I was checked out. Again, it was very good. And they gave them 15 minutes to do their thing. I was checked out. You know? That type of awesome match. You know, you have people all upset because Randy Orton and Edge, they went too long. And then they said, without a crowd, their WrestleMania match didn't work. Even though they weren't anywhere near the ring for most of it. Everything was like, they were beating the hell out of each other in the actual performance center. Like, backstage. So what would a crowd, do you need to hear some ooh and ahs every now and again off screen? Is that what you truly needed for a last man standing match? I never understood that fact. Everyone was like, without a crowd, it just failed. No, an awesome match like Shinsuke and AJ Styles, that needs a crowd because those are those ooh ah moments. That's when you can see the look, even when they're not making a fucking sound because they're captivated. We see that shit. I was checked out, man. I truly was. Styles wins with a phenomenal forearm and advances. I truly tried to care. I really, really did. It just didn't work. Man, I can't wait to get crowds back. But Styles wins and he advances. I don't like how Shinsuke lost so simplistically, though. That one phenomenal forearm. I know they went to war for 15 minutes, supposedly, but phenomenal forearm, and Shinsuke just looked like he just didn't even want to kick out at that point. And with WWE's booking, it doesn't matter if you win or lose anyway. You're still going to get a paycheck, and Shinsuke might be going for the World Championship next month. Doesn't matter if you lose. Hour number 1 ends with the old man in Stamford, Connecticut's golden child. We haven't talked about her at all yet, did we? I don't think we've mentioned Charlotte Flair at all yet during this review. She's taking on Women's Champion for SmackDown, Bayley. This fucker was physical. They were talking that trash, chopping each other like they were swinging for grand slams. Charlotte busted up and bleeding from her mouth. Bayley takes the W holding the ropes. We already kind of went over most of this earlier. But holding her ropes, whatever, a win is a win, right? And she should be winning in heelish fashion. But here's the issue. Again, people don't fucking... You just think I'm bitching and complaining just for the fuck of it. Charlotte was a heel this whole time. So Bayley is now trying to out-heel... So now Charlotte, because Becky is on the shelf, Vince thinks that Charlotte is the only one to be the high heavens face. Right? She's going to be the one on all the magazines, as if she's not already on all the fucking magazines and all the fucking, who knows, cereal boxes next week. She'll be on every fucking bumper sticker next month. She'll be on commercials every fucking day. Your advertisements right here on YouTube. It's all fucking Charlotte Flair selling the next big thing. Backlash, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. It's all going to be fucking Charlotte Flair's face because Becky's no longer there. And even when she was there, it was Charlotte anyway. So it doesn't even fucking matter. But you have her as a fucking heel. And now all of a sudden, no reasoning. You didn't even take the time to say, hey, why is she a face for the 4th time? Because she's already played face heel 4 times. And now she's turning back yet again. I question this. Fuck, man. Bayley needed the victory. Right? Bayley had to get the W. There was no way around that. If Charlotte beat Bayley, I mean, that's your champion, dude. You gotta come up with something different. So they had Bayley win. That's good. But again, when I saw Charlotte just laughing the entire time, again, I love the you got me grin, but show some frustration too. I understand that's part of her character. You know, I'm better than you, and even in defeat, it was a fluke. It's always going to be a fluke when you beat me because I'm that good. No, you got to show anger, man. You have to show that you're pissed that she got one over on you. And then you can have the shit-eating grin like, oh, you fucker, you got me, all right. But I don't like the fact that you have Charlotte just out-heeled now. But last week in the promo, she was playing the ultimate fucking heel. Hour number 2 starts off with one of the best and longest current storylines in WWE. Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler versus Otis and Mandy Rose. I'm loving Sonya Deville's new darker side character. Because she actually has a character now, I feel. I feel beforehand she really didn't. She was just selling the fact that she used to be in MMA, supposedly. And she carried that huge rainbow, fucking, not even flag, it was like a beach towel in her back pocket. Now, I understand what that represented and how much that means for Sonya, but I always ask for like it to be a little smaller. Could it be like a handkerchief that it was like a beach towel that she was running around the ring. It was like a flying fucking rainbow bouncing from pillar to post. So this is actually a character, though, so I like that. And as far as Mandy's new look, it's like an Otis trucker girl from the South, denim Mandy Rose. And I gotta be honest with you, that new look, I mean, she always does anyway, but especially in those denim shorts, man, she had me fixated, captivated, and all up in my feelings. Legit. Those booty jean shorts, boots, and flawless tan had the Amplified man floored, trying to beat the count of 10. That ass, man. Those legs, bro. A lot of good, I can't even. A lot of good, moving parts to Mandy Rose. All right, back to the match. Some good physical action in this one. Otis and Dolph held the fort down, but Mandy and Sonya held their own. And I gotta be honest with you guys, they did even more than hold their own. I'm really loving how much they have progressed from the time they started in WWE and how green they truly were to where they are now and where they're going. I am so proud of fucking Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They're not quite there yet. Absolutely. Never said they were. And it's going to take some time still. But I am so proud about how far they have come. And Sonya ends up defeating Mandy in this tag match with a knee to the back of the dome piece. And that had to happen. There was just no way, guys, that Sonya could lose this match. As the heel, it's harder for her to sustain any type of progress and good push. Right? Because you know that ultimately, at some point, the face is going to win. So for Sonya, I mean, Mandy, not just the fact that it's easier for Mandy to win in the future, but the fact that she is heavily, right there with Otis, the Money in the Bank briefcase winner. You could do a lot more with Mandy. Sonya, it's easier for her to be lost in the shuffle and placed into obscurity and irrelevancy. Much easier for Sonya Deville. When you look at Mandy with Sonya, and once that storyline is over, and let's be honest, it's been going for a while now. It's only a matter of time before they're separated. Mandy, you could easily see a lot of things. Sonya could easily be lost in the shuffle. You know I'm right. So let Sonya build herself up right now. That is a big win with Mandy Rose. And that's a couple of victories over Mandy now. So the fact that they're not flip-flopping victories, I like that as well. It's called sustaining someone, actually building them. There's a crazy concept. So I like the finish of that match as well. I'm just loving Otis, Dolph, Sonya, and Mandy. I've loved this story from the beginning. I continue to enjoy their work together, and I wouldn't mind this going straight into Backlash in some form or facet. The main event was Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. This was an IC tourney match. It seems to be the theme of the night, but this match was physical too. A lot of physicality last night, so that's good to see. Hardy took a whooping, but in the end, he scored the ultimate victory and subsequently advances in the tournament. And Sheamus is left there just pissed off. Like, what? It slipped through my hands. That's what I wanted a little bit more out of from Charlotte Flair. You had this animosity with Bayley. She just fucking not only beat you, but she cheated. Where's the anger? Don't just laugh. Sheamus is showing you that anger. And again, Jeff Hardy advances now to the semifinals. So it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy next week and Elias versus AJ Styles. The winners of those two matches will then take place in a winner-take-all matchup at Backlash for the IC Championship. That's it. I'm going to get a coffee. I've done my work here, guys. That was well over a half an hour, probably around 45 minutes at least. And the majority of this video, yet again, like a lot of them recently, has been Charlotte. I apologize to a small degree, but what do you want me to do? If she's going to be the focal point of these shows, I have to push back. The only thing left to do is to literally not talk about her. So if she's on all these shows, I'm just supposed to skip those segments or just brush over them. When I see so much wrong coming from it, I have to speak out, guys. Otherwise, I'm not doing this channel or these videos justice. So it's really a sorry, not sorry situation. I have no choice but to voice my concerns. And let me know how you guys feel, man. I mean, are you okay with Charlotte being this overly exposed? Do you see no problem with it? Right? Are you just sit back and enjoying it? And if you don't like it, you just won't watch? Is that what you're trying to tell the Amplified man? Or can we do better? You know, do you feel like I feel, and you feel like it's just too much, Charlotte? And if you're going to dedicate that much TV time to someone, there's a lot of individuals you could be helping out. Charlotte doesn't need all of that. That's how I feel. But yeah, that's it. That was SmackDown. I don't know. It was an alright show. There was a lot of good physicality, at least. I just, there was a lot of me just not caring last night, you know, and it, that sucks, because you wanna care when you watch these shows, you know. There's a crazy concept, you know. I don't know. They need to be more fun. These shows need to be more fun. There's no other way to say it. These shows need to be more fun. More has to be put into. Damn it! They have to remember they're a billion-dollar conglomerate company. There's nothing in the world like professional wrestling. More specifically, WWE. Unless AEW or another promotion can knock them on their ass, WWE is the #1 grossing company in the world for pro wrestling. And they don't act like it. Man, back in the day, even before the Attitude Era, everything was done for a reason. Most things had logic and common sense unless something happened behind the scenes and something needed to be altered. But the old man always put care into what he was doing, and it always turned out really fucking awesome. 9 out of 10 times, 90% of the time. Nowadays, it's just like everything is ass backwards. Nothing makes sense. No care is put into it. No fun is involved. Oh, man. You add in the pouring rain around me, and this is just turning depressing. I'm going to end all of our fucking misery now. We'll get some fucking coffee. We'll rock out our weekend. I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning with AEW Double or Nothing's review of some sort. I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I have a booked day tomorrow. But I hope to have some time, probably audio format only, but I hope to dedicate some time to at least talk to you guys. It might not be a full throttle review. I don't know what it's going to be. But I want to talk AEW Double or Nothing with you guys in the morning. So this is most likely not going to be the last video for the week. You should be subscribed and notified anyway. But if you aren't, you better fucking check every fucking hour, because AEW Double or Nothing, we're going to talk about that shit for sure. And that's it. All right, get your coffee and whoop that ass, guys. Think, be, live, amplified. Always. Check you later.